Thunderbolt lanes in Allen Park, Michigan, just outside Detroit. Lon McCarron and Randy Peterson. First match of the PBA League is in the books. Let's update the Stepladder now. The Dallas Strikers earn their spot in the clash. Go down 223-191 to the New York City WTT Kingpins. So the Kingpins now in match number 2. They'll lead us off once again, John Zerbinski from the Kingpins. And their lineup does stay the same. Why not?
I think this is a big advantage for this team. After winning that first match, they stay on the lanes. They've got a better idea of what the two lanes are doing in terms of reaction.
Zerbinski with the leadoff strike for the Kingpins once again, just as he did in the first match. He did go strike.
I'm sorry, Lon. Maybe we should go out and get some coffee for a John to go with that sweet roll.
All right, Motown Muscle on the approach. Let's take a look at their lineup. Ronnie Russell will lead them off, followed by Jesse Buss, Tom Smallwood, Mike Scroggins, and Mike Fagan.
Country boy, Ronnie Russell.
Ronnie Russell from Marion, Indiana, 33 years old, still looking for his first PBA title. He thinks that Mark Wahlberg should play him in the movie of his life. High thoughts of himself indeed. And big 4 here. Not a good start for the Muscle.
He knew this as soon as he left his hand, that it was left of target and was going to go high. And, you know, he's trying to shout words of encouragement as it goes down the lane. Problem is, the bowling ball doesn't have ears.
Open frame to open things for the Motown Muscle. And so he's got teammates trying to pick him up. Thunderbolt lane's a special place for Jack Jurek. He squared off with the Motown Muscle's Mike Fagan for a title here a few years back. Their final match actually went to a roll-off. On his first ball, Jurek struck and applied the pressure. And it was too much for Fagan, who flagged the headpin, handing Jurek only the second title of his career and his first in more than 14 years, a PBA record.
Oh,
7 pin.
Really? Wow. Great shot, not a very good result, especially when your opposing team has opened in the first and you can double up early on them. Jack throws a great shot, only to leave a stone 7.
Whoa. No foul, no foul, as long as he hangs onto that ball.
That's why I didn't want to have this ball.
Boy, that reminds me of last season's Josh Blanchard mishap.
Now, the difference between this shot and Josh Blanchard is Jack stays on his feet. Remember when Josh Blanchard went down?
That hurt.
And it was awful because he had a mic pack in his back pocket. He hit the ground hard.
No.
But Jack, being the cagey 49-year-old veteran, he stays upright.
Always a smile on his face. Steve Nagy, PBA Sportsmanship Award winner 2 times. All right, that one released. Is it trouble? Yeah, it is trouble.
Well, he had to take his spare ball and put it away. He couldn't clear the thumb on a spare ball. Had to try to take his strike ball and throw it straight at the 7 pin.
We see Kelly Kulik also on that bench as a supplemental player. She and Brad Angelo actually were the first trade ever associated with the PBA League, traded from the Motown Muscle. And again, Kulik will play only if one of her teammates gets injured. Jesse Buss now leaves a big split.
Well, Russell goes to the face, the first shot for Motown, and goes to the nose, leaving the big 4. Now Jesse Buss goes to the nose, leaving the 6, 7, 10. Not a very good start. Remember, this whole team predicated on success in this building, and early on not looking real good.
And who owns this team? Jerome the Bus Bettis. So 8 for Muscle there. DJ Archer, the muscle alternate because Brad Angel actually hurt himself. And we'll be seeing him in our title match later, the Carmen Salvino Classic individual title. And we'll meet Andres Gomez. Great logos for all of the teams. Tommy Jones gets things back on the right track with the strike in the third. And now the hometown hero, Tom Smallwood, the former unemployed auto worker who knows this house better than anyone, a fact not lost on Mike Fagan during the draft.
Tom Smallwood, has just proved himself time and time again at Thunderbolt Lanes. Tom is a specialist, and in that environment, that building, he has something that other guys don't. And, if I didn't pick him, he was going next. So, everybody knows it. And, I'm feeling lucky to have him on my squad.
And he comes through with a strike. Little local knowledge, maybe.
Well, I think just a little local mojo. And boy, Motown Muscle hasn't sniffed the right side of the head pin yet.
Smallwood finished third in the 2009 PBA Tour Trials here at Thunderbolt, which allowed him to bowl on the tour and leave his life on the assembly line behind. Now Pete Weber, franchise player for this team, went spare strike in their match against Dallas. Big ball for PDW. He likes it. Gets his team fired up.
Boy, if Jack Jarrett carries the stone 7 in the second frame, this is a rout early on through 4 frames. Instead, it's still a really good match. But, I keep looking at the bench over there, and I keep seeing Kelly Kulik sitting at the end. I'm not so sure she shouldn't be a starter on some team.
There is Kulik, the supplemental player for Billie Jean King's Kingpins. Now looking at Mike Scroggins from the Motown Muscle, trying to get back in this match, down 22. Big ball from Scroggins. That's a double for his team.
Anchoring for the Kingpins, Scott Norton.
Now the anchorman for the Kingpins, Scott Norton, who went strike out in their first match. Looking so confident, smooth left-hander with that delivery, doesn't get the kick.
He may not have got the kick, but he got a nice break and not leaving the big 4. He chips out a split, only leaving the 10 pin. Just a little Tug McGraw here on this shot, goes through the face, and you can see that the 6-7 falls late, just leaving the 10 pin. See if Scott Norton can clear his spare ball.
After a string of strikes, sometimes the player can suffer a mental letdown once that strike train is gone. And Norton manages to clean up here.
Okay, interesting side note here. Now, Mike Fagan probably helped set up his lineup, and he chose to bowl anchor. And when I spoke to the teams last night, trying to pick their brain as to how they come up with their lineup, I said, Mike, how are you going to set the lineup? He goes, whoever strikes the most holds the anchor position. I'm like, oh, that's a good strategy.
There you go.
Right now, he can cut the deficit to 1 with a strike here.
Fagan brings the strike just when his team needed it. And we have a match halfway through between the Kingpins and Muscle. Well, the Muscle with an open frame in the first, but their team has roared back. They're down now by just 1. Anchor Mike Fagan coming through big time.